Welcome to Jackson, Tennessee for the 2025 Division II Women's Basketball Championships. This is the South Region, and these are the finals as Union University, the number one seed in the region, will be taking on Nova Southeast University. Nova Southeastern University, the number 3 seed coming in here. Gary Neese along with Daryl Maxwell. And Daryl, this should be a good basketball game.
It should be, because you've got two different styles. And, you know, as I was looking at Nova Southeastern in the semifinals, Gary, they have a big team.
Yeah.
And Union likes to press and trap. And this Nova Southeastern team they've got bigger guards who can throw over that trap. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see how effective the press is for 40 minutes.
Well, you take a look at their roster, and there's a lot of transfers here from other universities. Kentucky Wesleyan, Colorado State University, the College of St. Rose, Ursuline College, University of New Mexico, Notre Dame out of Ohio, UC at Riverside, Purdue Northwest, Purdue University Fort Wayne, and Purdue Northwest again. They got a lot of transfers on this team out of Division I.
No freshmen on this team from Nova. I think maybe only one sophomore. So they got a lot of experience, game experience anyway, minutes on the floor. But when you watch Union on film, you see the pressure, you see the trap, but playing against it and practicing against it is two different things, and we're going to see how effective that's going to be.
There are 6 graduate students on this Sharks team under head coach Leanne Freeland Curry. For Union, under head coach Mark Campbell, a Hall of Famer. Union is ranked 9th nationally and, of course, first in the Division II South Region rankings with a 31-3 record on the season. Union has won 17 straight games. The last loss that Union had was an 84-81 overtime loss to Lee University, and they avenged that in their last ball game here. Nova Southeastern defeated Union 67-62 in the 2015 region title game that was played here at Union. And Union is 0-2 in NCAA regional games versus Nova Southeastern. The other loss was in 2019 when Nova Southeastern defeated Union 71-66 in the first round game that was played down in Lakeland, Florida. They come in with a 27-6 overall record. And 4 of those losses are when they play away. Of course, they've won 2 games here now in the region tournament. And we'll see how this one goes. We'll have the opening lineups right after we take this break.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
We are creatures that thrive in the waters of South Florida. Movement is our oxygen. And to succeed, we press forward. Determined to care for our communities and our planet, where our approach is scientific, but our intention humane. Driven by our passions and our unique perspectives, we propel ourselves to greatness. We are Sharks. And our relentless need for movement keeps us driving towards excellence.
We're overlooking the David Blackstock Court here at Union University in the Fred DeLay Gymnasium. Big crowd, Coach.
Yeah, it's a good crowd, and of course, a sea of red here at the Fred, but there is a contingent of blue all the way from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This Nova Southeastern team has hung around this final game in this South region.
Well, one of these teams, the season will end right here. The other one will be heading to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as they will make it to the Elite Eight. There are 8 regions in the United States of Division II women's basketball, and a lot of those games are going on right now. We'll keep up with those and let you know who's going to be at Pittsburgh. But right now, we're ready for the opening lineups, and they'll be given alternating between the two teams. There's a big student body contingency here. I'm sure they'll get a pan down of these students before it's over with. And they're going to be noisy, believe me.
Yeah, they might run some of the adults out of the student section.
First player out is Madison Clunan, a 5'10 graduate student. Madison is from Kirkland, Ohio. First one out for Union is Macy Lee, a 6-foot senior out of Jackson, Tennessee, by way of Samford University. For Southeastern, coming out is Karina Conley, a 6-foot graduate student. Conley is out of Englewood, Ohio, and went to Kentucky Wesleyan before coming here. Union, Courtney Zinson, a 5'9 sophomore from Dunlap, Tennessee. Coming out for the Sharks is Jess Moores, a 6-foot junior. Moores is from Auckland, New Zealand. Went to Colorado State University before coming to the Sharks. Union will send out Alexis Callens, a 5'8 graduate student from Martin, Tennessee. She transferred from D1 University of North Alabama. Peyton Graber, a 5'8 junior. Graber is from Schenectady, New York, and came here from the College of St. Rose. Union's Jazzy Anusin. Jaslyn is a 5'5 senior from San Diego, California. Went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo before coming here. And the final player coming out for the Sharks is Michelle Clunan, a 5'10 graduate student. And for Union, Olivia Lee, a 6-foot sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee, the leading scorer on this Lady Bulldog team.
And when you're calling out those starters, they're all 6 foot for this Nova team.
I think they've got one that's 5'8.
Might be hard to trap, but we'll see.
They got to be able to get the ball down court. We'll see. This is going to be a good one. Macy Lee will jump center. She'll be jumping against Karina Conley. The 3 officials are set. Ball is in the air and it's going to be controlled by Union. And all the way to the basket for 2 quick points is Olivia Lee. Union sets up the trap. They've got to find somebody. There's a ball thrown away. Taken by Macy Lee. Give it off to Olivia. Into the corner for a 3 on a high arcing shot. Cowlins. Union's up 5-0. They break the press this time and get it down into front court, set up their offense. The ball is tipped, but picked up by Clunan. They are sisters. They're both graduate students. Madison and Michelle. There's a three out of the corner that's no good. And Houston down with a rebound for Union. Jazzy down in the front court will set up the offense. Skip it over. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Moore's got a hand on it.
Yeah, Olivia had one-on-one there. They cleared out, setting up a double screen, but thought she could have gone to the basket.
Callens will inbound it, brings it in to Mason Lee. Work it to Zinson and back out front to Lee. Hand it off for a three. Callens off the rim, no good. It's going to be pulled down, and a foul is going to be called. Trip foul, one of those accidents, going to be called on Houston. First foul called against either team. Union leads it 5-0. Inbound pass comes to Michelle. She's double teamed. Got to work around it. Having a hard time. Is she going to get it in the front court? She does with a long baseball pass. And driving to the basket, backing off is Moores. Give it off, drive, hook shot up. Going to be missed by Graber. Graber will pick it back up, or they actually Clunan did. They'll work it in the corner. Wide open three. Graber is no good. It's going to be picked up under the basket. Shot up is good. There's a foul up underneath the basket. They're going to call that one on Union. Give her the two.
I guess she was inside the circle.
That makes no difference in women's play.
That's right.
Looked like she was standing still to me, but
she was standing still.
Coach Campbell's not arguing it, so there's 5 fresh players coming in for Union as.
Well, not getting a defensive rebound hurt right there. Too many chances.
That's what
this is not a very good shooting team from three-point line. You got to be ready for long rebounds.
Free throw is up, and it is good by Madison Clunan, and it's a 5-3 game. Charlie Morrison down with it for Union. Morrison is 5'6" senior on this team out of Gravette, Arkansas. Under the basket, hook shot up. Oh, rolled off, no good. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Graber. Long lead pass stolen away by Union. Dillard was there. We'll give it to Morrison. Morrison kind of took a hand in the face, but she's okay. Montgomery takes the bounce pass. Back out front. Driving is Jones, and they'll work it back out to Dillard. Dillard for the three. It's an air ball. Taken underneath by Montgomery, and she's going to be fouled as she went up. Madison Clunan will be called for her first foul. Coming into the ball game is Aubrey Stupp, a 5'11" graduate student who is their leading scorer on the year. Also, they bring in Kaylin Terrell. Montgomery at the free throw line. First one is good. Jeremiah is a 6-foot senior out of Gallatin, Tennessee. Went to Christian Brothers University before coming here. Next one up. Missed it. The rebound's going to be pulled down there by Dash Shaw, who is in the ball game. They get it into the hands. The ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. Clunan had it, and I think Koshana Lucas got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds. So the inbound pass comes to Moores. Moores works it back out to Clunan, who calls the play. Being guarded by Lucas. They put everybody on the right side. Bring Shaw out. Pass comes left and away from the ball. A hold foul is going to be called. It's going to go against Union's Emily Jones.
Well, a little bit of grabbing going on down there. I guess they're going to call it. Won't be very physical.
Inbound pass, shot up, no good. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be picked up, and Shaw will get it out in the corner.
Second chance again.
Moore is with it. Moore drives to the free throw line. Send it back outside to Clunan, who will get things started. 7 on the shot clock. Clunan backs off, goes into the corner, under the basket, shot up, good. At the buzzer. Union up by 1, 6-5. Union down with it. Lucas, top of the key. Will get it over to Montgomery. Looks for the cutter. There's the cutter, and what's the call? Jump balls. They both went out of bounds with it. It's going to belong to the Sharks. On alternate possession. They've got 2 players all the way down court. And ready for...
I'd say that's why the trap is very important.
Yeah.
So they can't see that down the floor.
Pass comes in to Terrell. She'll drop it in the front court to Shaw on the run. Shaw cut off there by Union as Morrison got in front of her. Union ready to put 5 fresh players in. Clunan with it. Back out front it comes to Moores. Moores makes her move, kicks it in the corner to Shaw for a 3. Got it. Shaw picks up the 3-pointer. And it's an 8-6 lead for the Sharks. Union's Montgomery with it. Handed off to Morrison. Kicks it in the corner. Dillard will work it back out front to Jones. Jones drives to the basket, and she's going to be fouled by Moores.
They're going to call this one a little tight, it appears.
Oh, they are, aren't they? That's not usual for a championship
I
game.
know it. You didn't let them play.
5 fresh in for Union, and Houston will inbound it up underneath the basket. In the corner for a 3. Up. Good. Callens with her second 3-pointer for Union. Puts Union up by 1 now. Graber. Pass stolen away by Callens. Callens to the free throw line. Cuts off, and then jump ball is going to be called. Is reaching over her shoulder. Peyton Graber grabbed the ball. So Union and Houston will step back out of bounds to inbound it. In it comes. Thinking about the 3 was Zinson, but she'll get it back to Lee. Olivia makes her move, starts to the basket, going to be cut off. The ball's going to be taken away from her. And a foul's going to be called, I think, on Lee. I didn't see anything there. So Union up by 1. Inbound pass, Graber will it. Graber got to get somebody down court. And there's going to be a ball loose, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Union's ball. Well, there was a foul there that wasn't called.
Yeah, maybe 2, but that was almost a 10-second count also.
So Union has it leading by 1. We're halfway through the first quarter. Little shot up, no good. Going to be tipped out front. Another shot up, no good. Going to be chased down and goes out of bounds off of the Sharks. Union will have it over in the corner. Timeout's going to be called on the court. Not much scoring in the first 5 minutes of this one, but Union leads it 9-8. We'll be back right after these messages.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
4:57 left to play in the first quarter, and Coach, is anything expected here that has happened?
Yeah, not really. Probably going to what's on the script. Union's pressure is creating a few turnovers, but just not making some shots. And when Nova Southeastern does break the press, get into the half-court set, using a little size advantage to get to the offensive glass, getting extra chances at it. Got a close ball game because of that.
Well, Union will inbound it as Callan steps in that corner, brings it out to Anhusen. Now work it over to Mason Lee. Charge foul is going to be called on Mason Lee. Union's committed 4 fouls already. I'll make that 5. I missed one of them somewhere. Only 2 have been called against the Sharks. Inbound pass. Graber, long lead pass on the run into front court. Terrell, he'll give it off for an easy little shot. Missed up underneath the basket. Ball's going to be saved there by Mason Lee into the hands of Anhusen. Union back down with it. Threw it away. 2 on 2. They're going to back off with Moores to set up her offense. Outside to Stupp. Back to Moores. And an illegal screen is going to be set. It's going to go against Stupp. That'll be her first. Her team's third.
You get Bethany Dillard hit a couple here. This crowd will go crazy.
Montgomery, new team in right now. Montgomery goes under the basket, dribbles back out, sends it to Jones. Jones back to Montgomery. Montgomery into the lane, still on the dribble. Give it back to Jones, fakes the 3, goes into the lane, goes to the basket, driving layup, good for Emily Jones. 6-foot senior out of Jackson.
Took advantage of the switch.
Inbound pass going to be kicked out of bounds by Jones. They've got a player down court.
Stupp switched on that, and she cannot stay with Jones on the dribble. Easy layup.
Union leads it 11-8. And it comes to Clunan. Clunan does a good job of getting it into front court, into the hands of her sister. There's a 3 out of the corner that's no good. Rebound, tip. Come down with it. It belongs to the Sharks. They'll come dribbling out and get it back over to Clunan for a 3 that's no good. Rebound on the floor this time is picked up by Montgomery. Union's ball. And Charlie Morrison will start things. And has the ball taken away from her. That's going to be an easy 2 there for Graber. Up and good for Peyton Graber. Her first 2 of the ball game. She averages 8 a game. It's in a 1-point game. We'll have to watch who's dribbling the ball. Lucas out of that corner. Lucas drives to the basket, driving layup. Good for Lucas. Lucas, last 2 ball games, probably the best 2 of her career here. And she's just a junior. They break it, and Clunan will bring it down. Michelle calls the play from outside. It's number 5. Drops it behind the defense. They got it up underneath. Can't do anything with it and had to send it back outside to Clunan. There was a triple team under there. Get it back into the hands of Moores. 3 on the shot clock. Back out for a 3 by Graber that's no good, and it doesn't hit the rim, so it's going to be Union's ball. 13-10, Union leads it. We're down to 2:22. The Union doesn't have their 20 points.
Not yet.
Neither team. The inbound pass to Anhusen. A little pressure's going to be put on, but Union breaks it. Lee had the ball tipped out of bounds.
Livy had a layup.
She had 2 players there.
That covered. They were going to close out on the 3s in the corner.
She's got a foul on her, so she has to be a little bit careful.
Taking it right to the rim.
Another ball tipped out of bounds. Quick hands by Jess Moores. Callens will step down in front of us and we'll inbound it. They're taking a look at the clock now. They say it's good, so Callens will inbound it. Brings it into Ann Houston. Back into the hands of Callens, and they'll work it back out. Callens underneath. Olivia up good. Nice give and go. And Olivia Lee drops it in for her 4th point. Union's got the ball trapped. Long lead pass. How'd she ever see her? Now get it up underneath. Shot up. Rolls in good for Moores. You break that press.
That's where the size came in.
Yeah. You break that press. There's a 3 out of the corner for Union. It's no good. Ball goes off the shoulder of Lee and picked up on the run by Graber. Graber gives it to Clunan. She steps back out front where she'll start the team. Graber does the honors now. Clock is at 8. There's a 3. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Mason Lee. And Houston will get the pass and bring it down. Running the point. And Houston with it. Cutter goes through, but she comes back out. Gives it to Callens. Callens drives to the basket. And she's going to be fouled. Little collision there. And Clunan is called for the foul.
Gather herself here, making free throws.
Was she in the act of shooting? I guess she was. It'll put Callens at the free throw line. She's an 80% free throw shooter. That foul went on Michelle Clunan. First one is missed. Doesn't do that very often.
I think she got the wind knocked out of her a little bit. She breathed kind of hard.
She did hit hard. Next one is up, and she got it. Union goes up by 4, 16-12 over Nova Southeastern. Ball is set up. Going to be into the corner. Clunan will take it. Clunan will run it. Into front court she comes. To the basket she goes and kicks it over in the corner for a 3 out of that corner. It's good. Put up by Terrell. She averages 4 points a game. She's got 3 already. Lucas will bring it down for Union. Lucas makes her move. Goes to the basket and lost the ball out of bounds. It's a 1-point game, 16-15. So give it back to Madison Clunan to inbound it. There's the baseball. Dillard chasing after it, and it's going to be saved by Dillard. Dillard on the run. Almost carried the ball, but she kept her hand above it. Morrison thought about the 3. Backs off. Morrison. Bounce pass goes to Montgomery. Into the lane. Stops. Kicks it into the corner. Wide open. Jones got the 3. 19-15 Union. Long pass at the buzzer goes to Clunan and does not get the shot off. Well, both teams got close to their 20 points. Union got 19. The Sharks have 15. Union leads it by 4. We'll be back for the second quarter right after we take this commercial break.
We are creatures that thrive in the waters of South Florida. Movement is our oxygen. And to succeed, we press forward. Determined to care for our communities and our planet, where our approach is scientific, but our intention humane. Driven by our passions and our unique perspectives, we propel ourselves to greatness. We are Sharks. And our relentless need for movement keeps us driving towards excellence.
Well, we're ready for the second quarter here. It's a 19-15 game. This is the NCAA Division II Women's South Region Finals. One of these teams will be going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have got to rebound better. Giving Nova Southeast too many chances.
With the ball is Graber.
Oh, not a good place to pick it up.
Center court. It's going to be stolen. Drop it over left side. Give it to Montgomery. Driving layup. She missed it. Rebound pulled down and sent back outside to Dillard. Dillard will give it underneath to Montgomery, back to Lucas, and she misses the three, and there's going to be a push from behind by Emily Jones. That'll be number 2 on Emily. Well, Union had their opportunities there.
Nova dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. Union gets ready to get 5 in. They do. They'll momentarily get Jones out of there, so she doesn't get her 3rd foul. Nobody with any more than 1 for the Sharks. Inbound pass.
Shot clock again.
Shot clock has been a problem throughout the tournament, and it's just a mechanical thing. So Clunan will inbound it. And they're going to run it into front court, throw it into the corner into the hands of Moores, and she'll get it back outside to Graber. Graber being guarded by Zenson. They cut one through, but the pass comes back out to Moores. Moores drives, loses the ball out of bounds. Kicked it off her own knee. Moores is kind of pleading her case there.
That's good help.
Double teamed, yeah. So it'll be inbounded by Olivia Lee. Threw it in to Ann Houston, who brings it down into front court, has the ball knocked away. It's going to be a steal. A jump ball is going to be called. It'll belong to Union.
That could have been a foul.
Very easily. They want a new 30-second clock. And Callens will inbound it. It's a 4-point game, as you would expect a championship game to be. Mason Lee with it. Give it back over to Callens. Callens drives to the basket, driving layup, got it. Callens, the graduate student, picks up 2 more. She's got 8, make it 9. Union trying to trap the ball. They've still got it in back court. Throws the ball to herself, and the jump ball is going to be called. It'll belong to the Sharks on alternate possession.
Madison Kluman, she went to call timeout.
Yeah.
And they gave Nova the hell ball. Oh,
there's another foul. I think it's going to be called on Callens. That'll be her first. Trying to guard against the pass in, and she just knocked her down. Pass under the basket, it's going to be thrown away. I don't think Jack's supposed to do that.
Jack caught it before they could save it. That away, Jack.
Well, he probably saved her from hitting her head on that concrete wall down there. So Union will have it. It's a 21-15 Union lead. Pass comes in. Driving is Callens under the basket. Stops. Gives it off and threw it away. Saved out front by Houston. Another jump ball is going to be called. This one will belong to Union. A lot of tie balls, or jump balls as they used to be. in this game. Union shooting 50% from the field. The Sharks are shooting 40% right now.
No. That didn't change the era. That previous possession, Nova had the era. They didn't change it back to Union.
They'll give it to Nova.
The scorekeeper ought to have that. There's another foul.
Going to be called on Macy Lee.
That's 3 fouls in a minute and a half, so Nova will be shooting free throws pretty quickly if Union doesn't start playing with some discipline.
That's 2 on Macy. The inbound pass is going to be taken there by Clunan. Working over left side in the corner. Conley will send it back out. Conley with a 3 from the outside. It's an air ball. And a foul is going to be called on Anderson under the basket.
Goodness.
Who'd they call it on? Anderson? She undercut her. It's the second one on Jazzy.
Well, a lot of people say it's a good block out.
So the ball will be inbounded on the baseline. Comes in, shot up, rolls off no good. Rebound pulled down by Montgomery. Give it to Morrison to bring down. Morrison back to Montgomery. Montgomery to the basket, driving layup, won't fall, and she's going to be fouled by Stupp. That'll be 2 on Aubrey Stupp, the 5'11 graduate student. It'll send Montgomery to the free throw line. She's 1 for 1 in this game. That's her lone point. She's a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Misses this one. Union's 2 of 4 from the free throw line right now. The Sharks are 1 of 1. Jeremiah got the second one. 22-15. Inbound pass. They break the press. Clunan. Jump shot right in front of the basket and missed it. Montgomery will bring it down, give it to Morrison. Lucas outside with Morrison. Montgomery in that right corner goes to the basket, brings it back outside to Shelly Morrison. Have no problem seeing her shoot a 3. Montgomery will go up underneath the basket, and she forced Stupp into her 3rd foul.
Wow. That's a big call there.
Stupp, their leading scorer on the year. Just picked up her 3rd.
She's taking up space down in the block.
Good moves by Montgomery to force her into the foul. So Morrison will inbound it. Morrison on the wing. Bounce pass comes to Lee. Work it back to Jones. Morrison for a 3. It's no good. Going to be chased down by Jones, though, and Union has it. Dillard will give it in the corner to Lucas. That's not the 3 you wanted. You wanted Dillard to shoot that one.
Yeah. Dillard shot fake, had a 3. Thought she'd pull the trigger.
Terrell with the ball.
Now we got...
Pass comes outside to Shaw. Shaw looking underneath. Pass under there. Hook shot up and good. Nice move by Karina Conley to get her first points of the ball game. 22-17. Union by 5. Jones faked the 3. Drives. Puts it up. Won't fall. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Clunan. Get it into front court to Moores, and they'll start it outside with Michelle starting things again. Calls the play. Bounce pass for a shot. 19-footer is no good by Terrell. And chasing it down was Shelly Morrison. Dillard with it. They know Dillard can shoot it. Jones for the shot. Got it. Emily Jones with her second three-pointer. And it's 25-17. There's a long pass into front court. Driving. There's a charge foul. Dillard set herself up. Shaw just rolled right into her. Fresh players coming in for both teams.
Yeah. You take the hit and you get to come out.
Dillard saw it coming. She took one for the team, didn't she?
Coach, I just took one. Leave me in. Give me a reward.
And Houston will bring it down for Union, leading 25-17. Bounce pass is tipped away from behind on Macy Lee. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Ellis. Atlanta Ellis, a 5'11 senior that just came in for the first time. So Ann Houston will start it. Ann Houston with it. Starts right, slapping at the ball. They'll give it back, driving. Callens, shot up, good. And she's fouled. That'll put Callens.
The Sharks did not communicate on that switch. Callens had a free lane to the basket. Help defense was late.
Union goes up by 10.
Good job by Alexis for scoring with that contact, maintaining that concentration.
Free throw is up, and it is good. And Callens picks up another point. She's got a bunch. Ball goes right through the hands of Graber, but chased down there by Shaw. And give it back to Graber. Graber being guarded by Zenson. Graber still on the dribble. A little double team. Graber into the lane. Hook shot up. Missed it. Rebound pulled down by Macy Lee. Give it off to Shiley, and Morrison will bring it down. Jones, that's three. Wow, that's Callens. That's her third three-pointer. Timeout's going to be called on the court by Coach Freeland Curry as Union goes up 31-17 over the Sharks. We'll take a break too. We'll be right back. Well, we're halfway through the second quarter. Union has expanded its lead to 31-17 over Nova.
Well, the press has been effective. Not necessarily turnovers, but Nova's taking quick shots.
Clunan with the ball. She's trapped. The ball is on the floor. And going after it was Shiley Morrison. And what did the official call on it? Jump ball? No, called the foul. Shiley got a knee in the face by Clunan. That'll be number 2 on Michelle. Press is definitely causing the Sharks problems. So Union will have it after the foul was called, and Callens will step out of bounds to inbound it.
Why is that not 2 shots? That's the 5th foul. Why is that not 2 shots?
Defensive. Inbound pass comes to Morrison.
I don't understand that. That should have been 2 shots.
There's a 3. Off the rim, no good. The travel's going to be called on Lucas. Did a good job of getting the rebound, but took a couple of little stutter steps. In front court comes Terrell with it. Calls the play from outside. Lucas is out high on her. Working off left side to Moores, and he'll get it back out front. Driving, hook, shot up, good by Ellis. Picks up her first 2. And it's 31-19. Union back down with it. Morrison. Give it off to Lee. Wait coming around. Callens with it. Callens got the hot hand right now. Give it off to Morrison. Morrison to the high post to Lee. Lee drives. Lee double team. Loses the ball. It's going to be picked up and stolen. Lead pass goes to Terrell. Terrell to the basket. Driving layup's going to be good for Kalen.
You got to know that the help is coming off the dribble.
It's a 10-point game. Union back down with it, and Morrison will take it. 4 fresh players getting ready to come in for Union. Out front, Zinson hands it off. Lee drives. Lee to the basket. Lee driving layup, no good. Tipped out to Zinson. Callens for a 3, and she got another one. She's got 4. And it's 34-21. In the front court, Graber gets the pass underneath to Terrell, and she'll back off into that corner. Graber with it. Tries to set her team now. Coming out high. Taking the bounce is Ellis. Ellis double team. Puts his shot up. And the foul's going to be called. No. The 5-second count is going to be called on Ellis. It's a turnover. Union's going to get it back. Union still shooting 50% from the field. Well, we'll have to get an update on that. I don't think that's right. Shooting 48% from the field. Union with it. Macy Lee to the basket. Driving layup. Good from the left side by Macy Lee, the senior. Gets her first points of the ball game. They'll break the trap. In the front court comes Moores with it, and she'll get it back outside to Graber to call the play. Pass underneath. Diving for it. Lee has tied it up. She managed to tie up Shaw, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll belong to.
Hold it. The arrow is pointing to Union.
Nova.
The arrow is. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
now they're going
you.
to give it to Union.
Woo, they're confusing me over there at the table here.
Well, if the last one went to Nova, I guess this one had to go to Union. Van Houston will bring it down. Lee will give it to Lee. Macy hands it back. Dillard 3 is no good. She goes to the floor, but no call. The ball is going to be picked up by Terrell. She'll get it into front court. They'll work it into the corner for a 3 out of that corner. That's an air ball. And Houston will pick it up. And Houston works it over. Lee for a 3. It's an air ball. Goes over the rim. Both of them shooting a little bit too high. Graber has the ball. Drop it over in the corner to Moores, and Graber gets it back on the hash mark right side. Top of the key, Moores with it. Into the corner. The shot is blocked, but it's going to be picked up and put back in by Conley. Blocked that 3 from over there, but Conley was in the right place to pick it up and put it in. And Houston on the dribble. Bounce pass goes, and a charge foul.
Yep.
Going to be called on Jones.
That's her third.
Emily has committed her 3rd foul, so you'll see her coming out. Union getting 3 more players in.
Minute 4 to go, Gary. We've got to close out
Jones is staying in the ball game.
the half here. You don't want to lose any ground. Got to finish the half strong.
The inbound pass comes into Moores. Jones has got to be careful. She's got 3 fouls and still out there. They're trying to get a substitute in for her now, but Moores with it up underneath. Spinning. Grabbing the ball is Shelly Morrison. Another jump ball is going to be called.
They got to get Jones out. Yeah, they got Jensen coming in.
She'll replace Jones. And the ball will be inbounded from up underneath the basket as Graber steps there to do the honors. Goes right up underneath. It's going to be kicked out of bounds. It went into the foot of Clunan, and she kicked it out. Pled her case, but she lost the case. 45 seconds, and Union's going to have the ball. Counting players down there, was she? Union's Dillard. Montgomery takes it, gives it back to Shiley. Morrison will throw up a 3. It's no good. Rebound high for it. Goes Clunan to come down with it. Lost it, picked it back up, threw it into front court. Driving goes Graber, and she'll kick it into the corner. And dribbling out comes Moores with it. They look underneath.
Moores. About a 2-second difference on the
Moores
clock.
to the basket. Shot up good, and a foul is going to be called. Moores put it in. That foul called against Montgomery. That's her first.
We'll get Callens back in for this last shot. He's looking down there.
Moore.
He's getting the lead back in. Okay.
Moore, free throw, is missed, but they've got the rebound.
Yeah. That changes the strategy.
She missed. They've got the last shot at it.
Would not foul.
Graber drives, hook shot, blocked out of bounds by Lucas. 0.4 on the clock. And this has to be a quick one, doesn't it? Just enough time to really push it up. Just throw it up in the air. It goes out, shot up at the buzzer, and it's no good. That's a half. Union leads it by 11, 36-25. Both these teams shooting in the 40s, but Union is shooting the threes. We'll be back with the halftime stats right after we take this commercial break. Well, we're at the half of the NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship game of the South Region. And Union leads Nova Southeastern 36-25. And, Coach, you've got some stats there, I think.
Yeah, what sticks out here is the 15 turnovers by Nova Southeastern. And Union capitalizing those with 18 points off those turnovers. So the press was pretty effective in that half, and that'll get you an 11-point lead. Also, the three-point shooting by Nova Southeastern, not very good. They were 2 of 12, 17% from three-point line. But that also allows some long rebounds, and Nova Southeastern got 8 offensive rebounds. But they did shoot 38% from the field, 11 of 29 for 38%. And like I said, 2 of 12 at the three-point line. Only 2 free throws for Nova Southeastern. They made one of those. 18 total rebounds for the Sharks. Only 2 assists. 15 turnovers, and Peyton Graber had 6 of those. But she got some of those back with 4 steals, as the Sharks had a total of 6 steals. So 18 rebounds, 2 assists, 15 total turnovers, 6 steals. Nobody in double figures, and nobody really scored a whole lot for the Sharks, as Jess Moores had 4, Madison Cluden with 3, Karina Conley had 4, Peyton Graber with 2, Michaela Cluden with 2, 5 points out of Kaylin Terrell, 3 points by Dash Shaw, and 2 points by Elena Ellis. Union shot 45% in that first half at 13 of 29. They made 6 3-pointers, 6 of 17 for 35%. And there were 4 of 7 at the free throw line, 57%. 17 total rebounds for Union, as 7 of those offensively and 10 on the defensive glass. They dished out 6 assists. They had 10 turnovers. They stole the ball 8 times and had 2 blocks. 18 big points from Alexis Callens in that first half on 6 of 7 shooting with 4 3-pointers, 4 out of 5. 2 points from Macy Lee, 4 points out of Olivia Lee, 2 from Kisharda Lucas. Emily Jones on 3 of 4 shooting had 8 points. 2 points out of Gabrielle Montgomery. Union had 18 points off the Nova Southeastern turnovers. Nova 9 turnover points. Nova scored 18 points in the paint. Union with 14. The bench scoring pretty even. Nova with 10, Union with 12. Union took a 19-15 lead into the second quarter, outscoring Nova 17-10 in the second quarter. For an 11-point lead at halftime, Union leading Nova Southeastern 36-25 here at halftime.
The winner of this ball game will be heading to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play in the Elite 8. Here's how it's going as far as the other regions. Gannon, the number 2 seed, knocked off the number 4 seed Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Gannon will be heading to Pittsburgh. Southwest Minnesota State, the number 7 seed, is leading Pittsburgh State, the number 1 seed, by 11 right now, and they are at halftime, and Southwest Minnesota State has already scored 49 points in that first half of that ball game. Coker is the number 2 seed. They're heading to Pittsburgh, so we've got for sure Gannon and Coker 2 of the 8 going. Bentley will be heading to Pittsburgh as they knocked off, they're the number 1 seed in their region. They knocked off Holy Family, the number 3 seed in their finals. Another game, Texas women's, number 1 seed in that Southwest region, is leading the number 2 seed Lubbock Christian 26-19 right now. Grand Valley is going to be heading. Grand Valley State seems to always be there. They knocked off a perennial power in Ashland by 12 points, so Grand Valley State will be there. And later tonight, Cal State Something Hills will be playing Central Washington to see who will be going. That'll be the last game that'll be decided because it's a 9 o'clock game tonight for some reason, Central Standard Time. So there's your teams that'll be heading and those that are leading right now. And whoever wins here will be facing those teams when they get up there in the Elite 8 at Pittsburgh. But right now, Union leads this one 36-25, and half the points for Union coming from one player.
That's exactly right. As Callens went on a heater there that first half. Hit some long-range bombs. But, Gary, the Nova defense is heavily relying on closing out on three-pointers. And the lane is open from the top of the key area, so whoever's setting the ball screen at the top, if they roll or take it off the dribble, they should be able to get to the basket. Conversely, this Nova team using their size to get to the basket. Like I said, not going to make many threes. They only made 2 in the first half. They're going to the boards and try to get as much inside the paint as they can.
Union looks to shoot 30 or more three-pointers in a game. That's a part of the way this is set up. Kim Caldwell is, I guess, the young lady who invented this offense-defense. She's at Tennessee. She runs it there now, and they'll put up as many threes. Union's already put up 17 here.
Well, Michaela Cloden has 3 fouls, and Aubrey Stupp has 3 fouls for Nova. Emily Jones with 3 for Union. Interesting to see how these coaches maneuver the foul situation, as all 3 of those with 3 fouls are very integral parts of each team.
Union also has Macy Lee with 2 and Jazzy Anusin with 2. And Michelle Clunan, I think, has 2 for, I believe that's right, for Nova Southeastern. They're showing her with 3. You just said that, didn't you? I need to depend on you, Coach. You know,
I get something right every now and then.
This will be our final broadcast of the year. You'll be able to follow.
You're so good, they may ask you to go to Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. You'll be able to follow it on ESPN News or something like that.
One of the pluses, I guess.
Yeah. But this year, I think all the games will be playing in Pittsburgh. I think last year they wanted to play the D2 game right before the D1 game, and so they left where they were, and they made everybody travel to another town to play, so they'd have them both at the same time. But I don't think they're going to do that this year. Both teams are on the court taking their final warm-up shots. The crowd is here. The crowd is noisy. And we'll be back with this third quarter right after this break.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal, to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
We are creatures that thrive in the waters of South Florida. Movement is our oxygen. And to succeed, we press forward. Determined to care for our communities and our planet, where our approach is scientific, but our intention humane. Driven by our passions and our unique perspectives, we propel ourselves to greatness. We are Sharks. And our relentless need for movement keeps us driving towards excellence.
We're ready for the
students go crazy.
Ready for the third quarter of this game.
Absolutely. And a little bit of a side note, the Nova Southeastern men are in their championship game down at their gym in Fort Lauderdale against Alabama Huntsville, who has won 32 in a row.
Union with the ball to start the third quarter, leading 36-25. And Callens with another three. She's got 5 of them now. She's got the hot hand. Long lead pass for the Sharks into front court. Now give it off up underneath the basket. Shot up, it's going to be missed. Picked back up and put in beautifully.
Wow, how did she get that rebound?
Clunan. She's got 5 points. The Union back down with it. Up by 12. Lee gives it to Ann Houston. Ann Houston under the basket. Ann Houston back out front. Lee to the basket. Backs off. Sends it back out front to Zinson, and they'll work it back to Ann Houston. 7 on the clock. Ann Houston to the basket. Shot up, no good. It's going to be partially blocked. Moore's down with it. And they'll drive it under the basket. Shot up. Nice move by Graber. She has her 4th point. It's a 10-point game cutting into this lead. Zinson with it. Bounce pass goes to Macy Lee. Lee goes to the basket. Driving layup. Blocked. Beautiful block. Picked up by Clunan. She's going to run it. Clunan into front court. They're going to come much more aggressive. Bounce pass. Driving layup. Good. If Union has a problem, it's always the third quarter.
Transition defense not good. Transition offense very good right now.
Zinson with it. Pass goes to Lee to the basket. Layup good for Lee.
I said that'll be open.
Yeah.
They're trying to guard the corners.
41-31. Conley back down with it. They'll give it to Clunan out front. That's Madison. Looking underneath. We'll send it back out for a 3 that's off the mark. And a foul's going to be called on Callens for a hold. That'll be number 2 on Alexis.
You got to be ready for those long rebounds. Again, not very good three-point shooting team, so you got to be ready for the ball coming off the rim.
Fresh 5 in for Union, and Jones with 3 fouls is one of those 5.
Coach Campbell didn't like the defensive effort by that first group. Let's see if this one can stop the transition.
Graber will inbound it. Better find somebody quick, and she does, into Clunan. Clunan being guarded by Montgomery. Takes her to the basket, spins around, shot up, falls in good. Madison Clunan has picked up her 7th point. 41-33, down to an 8-point game. Shelly Morrison with it. Morrison cutting through goes Jones. Bounce pass goes over to Lucas, and she'll drop it to Montgomery in the corner. Dillard for a 3. Off the rim, no good. Chased down by Morrison and threw it right into the hands of Moores. Long lead pass. 3 is up, and it is no good. Rebound picked up, and it's going to go out of bounds. Give it to Union. Well, they didn't allow any contact in the first half. They're going to allow all sorts of contact here in the second half. Union will get Montgomery out. Olivia Lee comes in.
A little momentum here for Nova Southeastern coming out of the locker room.
It's an 8-point game. And Shelly Morrison will bring it down. Shelly. High post. Lee will take the bounce pass and threw it away. Nobody was there. Coach Campbell just standing back watching. Shaw will inbound it. Union sets up the press. Long pass goes over to Conley. Conley breaks the press, goes into the corner with it, and they'll get it back outside. Driving is Clunan to the basket. Got it, and she's going to be fouled. Clunan picks up the points. And the foul, I think, went against Dillard.
That's the strength of this team's game. You just take the ball to the basket, use their size.
Free throw by Clunan is good. Cuts this thing down to a 5-point game. Union long pass in the front court, dangerous. Jones will take it. Jones in the lane. Jones back to the basket. Looks into the corner, and Lucas drives. Lucas to the basket, shot up, rolls in good for Lucas. That's her 4th point. 43-36. Union trapping the ball, but getting around the trap as Clunan throws the ball away. I say it was touched by Jones as it goes out of bounds. So it'll belong to the Sharks' side front court. 4 fresh players coming in for Union. Olivia will stay in the ball game.
Got a bigger lineup now. Try to defend the post a little bit.
The inbound pass. Got to come out of that corner, and it does. Into Clunan. Clunan has done a good job of breaking Union's press. Outside, Shaw takes it to the basket. Shot up. It's going to be partially blocked by Lee. Picked up by Zinson. And give it to Lee. Back to Zinson. Back to Lee. Looking for somebody underneath. Lee's going to take it herself. To the basket. Hook shot up. Won't fall. Rebound. Terrell comes down with it. And she'll come out of there. Loses it. Picked up by Ann Houston. Drive under the basket. Missed the shot. It's going to be tipped out, though, by Clunan. She was waiting for the foul, wasn't she?
It was. You're trying to draw it.
Clunan did a good job of not fouling her.
You just got to go play through the contact and score.
So Jazzy will step out of bounds to inbound it. Going to come to Macy Lee, who get it back out front. And Houston, top of the key, looking for Callens. Callens back to the basket. Callens looking for the cutter. There it is. Shot up, missed by Macy Lee, but she's going to be put on the floor and fouled. Connolly is going to pick up that foul.
I think they just called it out of bounds.
Well, she turned around and gave a signal to the bench. To the scorer's table. They didn't put it up, so maybe they didn't. Should have been a foul there. Union's Lee takes the inbound pass. Lee out of the corner for a three. In and out. Rebound pulled down by Clunan. Pulls the dribble up. Gives it to Graber to get down into front court. Graber loses it. It's going to be tipped into the hands. Callens driving layup. Got it. Back to a 9-point game now. Working hard is Clunan. Long pass into front court. Give it off. Free throw line. They didn't do it. Ball is tipped away. And under the basket, shot up. Blocked by Mason Lee. And Houston will bring it down quickly. And Houston works the baseline, cuts it back out front. The ball goes off the foot of Callens. They're going to drive it down, put it up, and a foul's going to be called. Union a little out of control on that one.
Everybody needs a break.
Needs to have a timeout, and it's 4:13 left to play in the third quarter. Timeout's going to be called. We'll take a break, too. We'll be back with the final 4 minutes and 13 seconds of the third quarter right after this. .413 left to play in the third quarter of this one, and it's a 45-36 9-point lead for Union.
They got to feel like the momentum swinging a little bit towards Nova Southeastern here.
Yes.
Even though Union with a 9-point lead.
Yeah, the fourth quarter is, we'll see. Free throw is up, it's good by Graber.
Nova in attack mode since the opening possession of this second half.
Graber's next one is up, missed it, rebound chased down and picked up by Southeastern, and a little hook shot up in front of the basket by Ellis is going to be good. It's a 3-point play.
Didn't get the rebound off the free throw.
Union by 6. Jones with it. Shiley works it right side to Lee, back to Morrison, back to Lee. Lee drives, double team, somebody's free, comes across court to Olivia. Hook shot, Olivia's going to be good. I didn't see any way. She's got 6. She's Union leading scorer on the year. 47-39. Ellis with it. Ellis against Dillard. Send it back outside for a 3 that's no good. Rebound pulled down by Macy Lee for Union. That 3 up by Graber was no good off the front of the rim. Macy will work it over to Olivia. Sisters there. Macy to the basket, loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds. They say it went off of Jones. So give it back to Nova Southeastern. 2 fresh players coming in for Nova. They've played 9 players in this ball game. Jones will leave with those 3 fouls as Callens comes back in for Union. They get it and break the press. On the run comes Clunan. Clunan's got to be worn out. She has worked her heart out getting the ball down court. That's Michelle. Clunan drives, spins to the basket, drive, shot, blocked up under there by Olivia, given off to Dillard. And Lucas will get it back into the hands. Olivia, great. Dillard takes it in that corner, work it back out front. Lee with it. Lee drives in, drops it out to Callens for a 3 underneath the bucket. They managed to break that part of the press and threw it away. Lucas picks it up. Union has it back. Dillard has her shot blocked from behind. Coming from behind was Moores to get a hand on it. Nova Southeastern back into front court. Union by 8. 2 minutes left to play, third quarter. They'll drive it. Blocked out of bounds by Lucas. Good job of Lucas staying with her, getting a hand on the ball. And Houston will come in to replace Olivia Lee. Union running small now. Graber will inbound it. Graber, ball's knocked away by Callens. Give it to Lucas to bring down. Callens will take it, wants the 3, but won't be able to take it because she was covered up by Conley. Callens back over to Lucas. Walk with the ball. Wanted to pass it and realized that passing lane was closed up.
Tough one there. Looked like a travel. Probably wasn't. Looked like it.
So it'll belong to the Sharks side backcourt. Can't run the sidelines. So the inbound will come again to Clunan. Clunan pushes off, and Zinsen goes flying to the floor. I've got 4 on Michelle Clunan. She's the one that's able to get the ball down court. That hurts the Sharks bad. We'll see whose job it's going to be now. Union's Marson will inbound it. Macy Lee back in the game for the Lady Bulldogs. Inbound pass comes to Lee. That's Macy. Macy to the basket, kicks it in the corner. Zensing will give it to Jones. Jones and Houston. And Houston picked up there, and away from the ball, a foul is going to be called on a hold by Madison Clunan. Her second foul. So Union's Jones will step out of bounds to inbound it. And it comes to Macy Lee. Almost threw it away. Chased down by Jones. Give it to Ann Houston. 10 on the shot clock. Pass goes to Jones. Shot up. Oh, fall. It hung on the rim. They'll get it on the run into front court come the Sharks. Moore's with it, and they'll go across court on a skip, get it back out front. Drop it up underneath the basket to Clunan. Clunan cut off there beautifully by Macy Lee. Get it back out front to Graber, and they'll send it out for a 3 that's no good. Macy Lee with a block out gets the rebound for Union. She blocked out Clunan. And Houston with it. And Houston gives it off to Jones. Jones comes around the corner, drops it up underneath. Zinson kicks it out to Ann Houston. Clock is at 9. Give it off for a driving shot. It's going to be missed by Mason Lee. Long lead pass in the front court goes to Moores. Driving layup's going to be good for Jess Moores. She's got 6. Union gets it to Zinsing in front court. It's a 6-point ball game. 5 seconds left to play. Morrison throws up an off-balance 3 at the buzzer, and we're in 3 quarters of play, and it's still a ball game. 47-41. Union leads it by 6. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the 4th quarter right after this.
We are creatures that thrive in the waters of South Florida. Movement is our oxygen. And to succeed, we press forward. Determined to care for our communities and our planet, where our approach is scientific, but our intention humane. Driven by our passions and our unique perspectives, we propel ourselves to greatness. We are Sharks. And our relentless need for movement keeps us driving towards excellence.
Well, we're ready for the final quarter, the final cantor of this ball game.
That's a good defensive quarter by the Sharks. Winning that one 16-11. They took away the threes from Union, making them have to force some stuff inside. And Nova Southeastern decided they were going to take players off the dribble and go to the basket.
Union 7 of 22 from the three-point line. That's 32%. All the possession. Shaw, shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called against Union. It's going to go against Mason Lee. That's number 3 on Lee. Olivia Lee will come in. Callens comes back into the ball game as Jones and Ann Newson leave. Nova shooting 40% from the field. Free throw is up. It's good. Shaw's an 80% free throw shooter, and she hits that one. Missed that one. It's going to be tipped, and Mason Lee will come down with it in the front court. Lee with it. Pass goes outside to Zinson. Give it back to Olivia Lee. Lee fakes left, fakes right, gives it off, driving basket, layup, good. Put up by Zinson. Her first points of the ball game. 49-42. Running the ball in the front court is Shaw all the way to the basket for the driving layup. It's going to be good for Dash Shaw. Union's long pass in the front court. Zinson for a 3. It's off the rim. It's going to be knocked back out front, and it'll be chased down there by Shelly Morrison. She'll take the 3. Got it. (52-44). It's back to an 8-point game. Back down with it is Graber. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Freeland Curry. Union leads it by 8 with 8:50 left to play.
This Nova team is getting more physical. That plays into their favor. They're just taking the ball to the rim every chance they get, making Union guard a dribbler without fouling, and then having to block out and rebound without fouling. Union's going to have to find a way, Gary, to keep their spacing, make some baskets on the penetration, because Nova's doing a good job of really guarding threes and making it tough on Union to get good looks.
Our esteemed Attorney General down there with some of his Lambeth classmates that he played basketball with right down in front of us.
I don't know who the Attorney General is, to be honest with you.
Pickens.
I must admit, I don't know what an Attorney General is in the first place.
He played a wing for Lambeth University when they were a university.
I go in that gym about every day.
Yep, I'm sure you do. All right, with 8:50 left to play, the inbound pass will come in to Graber. Graber, top of the key. Working right side over to Moores for a three. That's no good. It's going to be chased down by Olivia Lee and give it over to Shiley Morrison. Morrison on the dribble into front court. About as steady a ball player for Union as anybody. Long three off the rim. No good by Callan. She was way outside.
Heat check on that shot.
Yes. Ball is brought down into front court by Graber. All the way under the basket. Shot is going to be tipped out of bounds. Yeah, the crowd didn't think that was called right, but the inbound pass will come from Graber. Dillard back into the game.
Not sure why Montgomery hadn't played much. She could guard the basket for a few minutes.
Inbound pass under the basket. Right down the lane. Easy little layup. Somebody lost Moores. She put in her 8th point. Union up by 6 with the ball. Back out front, Jones will take it. Jones drives into the lane. Jones kicks it out to Dillard. Dillard back to Jones, fakes the three, goes into the lane, back to Dillard. Dillard drives in. Foul's going to be called.
On Dillard.
They're going to get it on Dillard. That'd be Dillard's 2nd foul. The unusual thing is Dillard yet to score in this ball game. They can get this thing down to a 4 or 3-point game. They're going to run it. Shaw into front court. Pass comes over to Moores, and she'll give it off to Clunan, who's back in the game with 4 fouls. Hand it there to Shaw. Shaw for a three. Bounces off the rim. Picked up and put back in easily by Conley.
I thought that was a good block out and over the back.
Yep.
You got to get the rebound on the long threes.
Union by 4. Lee with it. Looks for the cutter. Give it off to Ann Houston. Starts to make a move. And Houston comes around the corner at the nail. Goes down the lane. Stops. Turns. Puts it up. It won't fall, but she's going to be fouled by Moores. That'll be number 2 on Jess Moores. And it'll put Ann Houston at the free throw line, an 81% free throw shooter. And Jazzy has not scored in this game. Union by 4 with 7 minutes left to play. Free throw, missed it. Neither team has shot a whole lot of free throws the whole game. This one is up and it's good. That's her first point of the game. Makes it a 5-point game. And it comes to Clunan. Clunan down the lane. Clunan drives in, kicks it in the corner. Shot up. Good. But they're going to wipe it off and put a charge foul on Shaw.
I might have got away with one there. Low.
Number 2 on
close.
Shaw. So Union back down with it. And Houston works right side, gives it to Dillard. Lee will take it. Drop it back over to Callens, fakes, goes in, almost carried it. Give it back over to Shiley Morrison. 11 on the shot clock. And Houston driving to the basket, layup no good. Too hard. Pass in front court, Shaw to the basket and gives it up underneath. Hook shot up, no good. Rebound picked back up and put back in with Moores. Moores is taken over now. It's a three-point ball game. Union back down with it. Give it off to Ann Houston. Hand it to Lee. Lee to the basket. Lee under the basket, and his shot is going to be blocked out of bounds by Jess Moores. This has become the Moores show.
Yeah, she played over 18 minutes in the first half. Hanging in there against the pressure.
Well, it's a lot on the line here. Adrenaline will do a lot for you. Morrison will inbound it. Morrison with 10 on the shot clock. Zenson will take the pass. Give it off to Lee. Lee drives to the basket. Shot up. Good, but a charge foul is going to be called on Macy Lee, and they'll wipe that one off. That's number 4 on Macy. Chance to tie this game now with 5:48 left to play by Nova Southeastern. Mason Lee will come out. Lucas will come in. This is a better Shark team than we actually saw last night or night before last.
Yeah. Well, their size has been effective. Their physicality has been effective.
Outside with it is Clunan. She's playing out there with 4 fouls herself. Clunan looking for Conley. Drop the pass to Shaw. Back to Clunan, and they'll work it in the corner. Clunan will take it back. 4 on the shot clock. Clunan backs off. Clunan throws it up. Blocked by Lucas. Well, they say they didn't get the shot off, so Union will get the ball. Timeout's going to be called on the court. Union up by 3 now, nursing a 3-point lead with the ball. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
Well, 5:17 left to play. A lot of time here, Coach.
A lot of time left, and I think both teams feeling a little bit of the pressure here. Like I said, this Nova team is using their size, and they're playing more physical right now than Union. Union finding it hard to score easy baskets. Having to really work hard for everything, and then the press has not been that effective as Nova has attacked it and been able to get to the front of the rim.
Well, Union will have it. As you look back over at Coach Leanne Freeland Curry, every trip down for each team now is crucial. Lucas with it, top of the key. Give it off to Callens. They're following her everywhere. Callens makes her move, backs off, throws up a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound tipped off, and a foul from behind is going to be called on Morrison. Tried to slap the ball. Morrison picks up her first foul. That's the 4th against Union. Only 2 here against Nova Southeastern. Union sets up the press. Is there going to be a runner? Inbound comes to Conley. Conley double teams. Gets through it. Breaks into the front court. Pass goes to Clunan, and they'll give it back to Moores. Chance to tie this game. At least get the 2. Pass up underneath to the basket. Back out front. He'll work it off for a three. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, and a foul is going to be called from behind by Madison Clunan.
That's a good physical block out by Zinson. That's what Union has to do defensively. Guard the paint.
Offensively, Olivia Lee will come in as Lucas takes the seat. Lucas has really played well in this tournament. Union with a 3-point lead and 4:30 left to play.
Noah's done a good job of shutting down Olivia Lee.
Shouty Morrison, Olivia with it. Olivia drives into the lane, drops it up underneath, shot up, good by Zinson. That's only her 4th point. They'll break our press in the front court. Drop it back into the hands of Graber. Try to get it up underneath to Shaw and threw it over her head out of bounds. So Union's going to get it back, leading by 5 now.
Yeah, big possession here. It'll be 2 scoring trips. They can take advantage of this turnover.
Sally Morrison down with it. Drop it over to Callens, who'll give it to Jones up underneath. Lee back to Callens. Another 3 bounces in and out. Actually touched the nets, and it went out. Boy, let me tell you, this little gal has done a super job, Clunan.
Oh, a push off.
She had to call timeout. She didn't have any choice.
That's a pretty good forearm shiver right in front of the student section.
Yes.
And the students let the official know about it.
Timeout on the court. It's going to be a short one. Coach?
That was definitely a push off, but forced Nova into the timeout.
Boy, that ball of Callens actually went down in the nets and came back out.
That was a big shot. Nova's still going to spread it out. They've had good spacing. And what's difficult about guarding them is they all can handle the ball.
Union is 8 of 27 from the three-point line. That's just under 30%, or right at 30%. Nova Southeastern is 2 of 20 for 10%. Inbound pass, Graber will take it. Well, like you say, they're such a length team. Clunan will work it off. A 3 up and no good. Rebound picked up and put back in by Graber.
I'm being redundant. That ball's coming off hard off the threes.
3-point game. Zinson wanted the 3, but she was picked up. Give it, driving in. Give it back to Morrison. Jumper by Morrison. Missed it. Rebound picked up by Jones and put back in. Good. There's a steal by Union. Zinson comes out of there with it, and she's going to be grabbed and fouled. Morrison did a great job of knocking that ball away where Zinson could pick it up.
Great hustle by Jones. Made the basket, sprinted back on the press.
Union will have it, leading by 5 with 2:52 left to play. Clunan just caught herself in no man's land, dribbling it out too far. So Union will have it. Olivia Lee will bring it down. Lee goes right. Backs off and puts up a 12-footer that's no good. Tipped back to her, but picked up, and a foul is going to be called. I think it's probably going to go against Olivia, going after her rebound.
Who's going to the free throw line? There were 2 of them there.
Olivia's picked up her 2nd foul. Lee.
I have been known to sneak somebody to the line in this situation, but I won't tell anybody.
Well, Terrell will be at the line. She's a 76% free throw shooter. First one is missed.
Union needs to block out hard on the miss.
Terrell got the second one. Makes it a 4-point game. 2:38 to play. Morrison back down with it. Bounce pass comes to Olivia Lee. Give it back out front to Callens. And she'll work it over to Olivia. Lee makes her move into the lane. Looks for the cutter, and the ball's going to be tipped away and stolen by Clunan. Long lead pass under the basket, shot up, and a foul's going to be called. Jones is just fouled out. Maybe picked up her fourth foul. Makes it a 2-point game now. As Terrell has got a chance to make it a 3-pointer. She just missed one and hit one a moment ago. Free throw. She got it. It's a 1-point game, 57-56. Third quarter has belonged to Nova Southeastern. Union with it. Sally Morrison, top of the key. Being guarded tight by Graber. Now they swap off and Shaw takes her. Work it over to Lee. Back out front. Callens for another three that's no good. Rebound's tipped around. It's going to be a foul called on the floor. They're going to call it on
send Shiley
Lee.
to the free throw line.
Shiley will go.
I'd like to get Lucas back in here on defense with her length. But we're pretty small right out on the floor right now.
Shaw picked up her third foul. Morrison is a 89% free throw shooter on the season. Missed the first one.
Union with 3 timeouts left. Nova with only 1.
Union has missed 4 free throws in this ball game, and she gets the next one. That's her 4th point. Timeout's going to be called on the court. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for the last minute 49 of this ball game.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
Well, we're down to 1 minute and 49 seconds to find out who's going to be going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Shiley a pretty good free throw shooter, but that's a big miss there as Nova can come down, and they're not a very good three-point shooting team, but they could throw one in and take the lead here. Union got to do a good job of stopping the penetration, and then you got to block out. I think he could probably get a better defensive unit in there than what we've got. We're pretty small in there right now with Morrison and Newsom on the floor.
Well, the ball will belong to the Sharks with 1:49 left to play. The inbound pass will come from Moores. They don't really try to trap it. All the way to the basket, shot up and good. Just carried it all the way in, and Shaw dropped it in to tie this one up at 58.
Shaw has been a one-man press breaker.
And she only played here in the second half. Union back down with it. And Houston looks underneath, backs off. And Houston goes to the basket, driving layup. Good, and she's going to be fouled. Oh, she came down and she's hurt her knee. She came down and she came right down on her knee. And she is in pain. This crowd has gone silent. Sometimes.
Not sure what the call is here. What are you going to do? See if she can shoot it?
Well, I think she will. The crowd appreciates her. Now, the officials are going to have to find out whether she's going to shoot it or not. And Coach Campbell can designate somebody to shoot it. It's going to be Dillard.
Wow. All right. Right off the bench, kind of cold. Dillard doesn't shoot a whole lot of free throws.
No, but when she does, she hits them. She's 81% there. Coach didn't hesitate about who he was going to put there. And she hits it. That's the reason. Now she comes out and Jones comes back in. Union by 3 with 1:22 left to play. That was a big free throw. The clock has stuck.
Unplug it.
The buzzer has stuck.
Just unplug it.
They're going to send both teams to their respective benches, and yeah, they got to go into the locker room and the electrical room over there, turn everything off, and then turn everything back on. And that stops it. .122.
All right. Everything right up there?
Everything's right. It's a 3-point game and 1:22 left to play.
I still like Lucas in on defense. Coach, put Lucas in.
He's staying small. The inbound pass will come from Clunan. And the officials want a little perspiration taken care of. Cowboy Jack will go do it.
If Shaw gets it, she's going to go to the rim.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Pass comes into Shaw, and here she comes. Shaw, a graduate student, 5'6". Give it outside to Graber. Graber to Shaw. Shaw to the basket. Charge foul on Shaw. Callens went with her. Shaw put that shoulder down, and Shaw's called for her 4th foul. The Union gets it back with 1:08 left.
Need some help on the press up here, Alexis. Come help us out, Collins.
She will. Pass comes in to her. We'll give it off to Shiley Morrison to bring down. Morrison into front court.
No turnover here.
Hands it off to Zenson. Drop it to Lee, and coach wants a timeout.
Oh.
18 seconds on the shot clock. And he's going to call himself a play for 2 points, I guess. That, well, I don't know.
That gets you down to 1. Both sides, 1 timeout. But that practically a minute left, so that's a big timeout there. Because you got to get the ball back in bounds. I think it's spacing and Olivia Lee going to the basket. But she cannot draw the charge. Look for a kick out corner. Spacing is going to be the key on this possession.
Lee is going to take the inbound pass. Jones. Pass comes in to Morrison. 16 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Give it to Jones. Drop it into Olivia Lee. Lee against Shaw. Lee to the basket. Shot up, won't fall. Rebound's going to be brought down by Moores. 37 seconds. There's about a 11-second differential, so Union will get the ball back. Shaw, 3. Off the rim, no good. Picked up by Morrison. Give it off to Lee and back over to Morrison. Morrison in the front court to Jones, and she's going to be fouled. Big free throws coming up here.
Big one.
Jones, a 78% free throw shooter. Don't stand at that line, is what I was always told.
You got to have at least one.
One of the two, as far as Union is concerned. Got the first one. Crowd is on its feet. Got the second one. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Freeland Curry. It's a 5-point game with 17 seconds left to play. One of these two teams will be heading to the Elite Eight. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Union's been outshot in this ball game. Nova Southeastern is shooting 42%, Union 38%. But the big thing for Union is 8 3-pointers.
Yeah, Nova not very good at the three-point line. Has hurt them. You could outshoot people when you're going to the basket all the time, shooting layups, and getting rebounds and getting putbacks. Union just has to stay in front of the ball. Don't foul a three-point shooter.
And Nova Southeastern needs to do what, Coach?
Well, there's plenty of time. You don't have to have a three. Just do what they're doing and go to the basket. Make Union make free throws. This game is far from over.
Look at the size Union sends out onto the court. Inbound pass will come from Graber. 17.1 seconds left to play. Inbound pass for a long three. It's no good. Ball's on the floor and put back up. Missed it. Tipped around, taken by Union's Jones, and she's going to be fouled. Jones will head back to the free throw line with 10 seconds left to play. Union's opportunity right now to head to Pittsburgh, to the Elite Eight. A timeout is going to be called with 10 seconds left to play. It's concerned about something.
I'm not sure what that is. Who's going to be shooting the free throws?
Well, Jones was the one that was fouled. They want to make sure that the clock is right.
Or who committed the foul. I think there may have been a little confusion there.
I think
we're speculating on all of it.
Well, at this point in the game, I think they'll usually go to the clock to make sure that 10 seconds is right, that it was cut off at the right time. and they'll look at the replay and see whether they need to add any time to it or not.
Well, I like the replay when it goes in my favor. If it doesn't, I like the old way.
That's right.
Human error. You missed it. Let's play.
That was a long 7 seconds, wasn't it? When they inbounded it, there were 17 seconds left. That was a long 7 seconds. 7 seconds. The crowd is on its feet. Nobody has sat down here. The Nova fans that made their way up from Florida.
Yeah, they had flat out played these Lady Bulldogs here in the second half. Their defense was outstanding. They just did not have enough three-point shooters in today's game. When you play a team like this that's going to make a few threes, you don't have a counter. And when you need a three at the end of the game or the end of possession, it's going to hurt you. They put 0.7 of a second back up there.
All right, and Jones back to the free throw line again. Hit her last two there. Emily with 12 points in the game. Got it.
Well, do you miss this one so they don't advance it?
Well, it pretty well takes them out of the realm of possibilities now.
No, I got to make it. There you go.
It's a 7-point game. 3 possession. There's a three up, no good. Rebound pulled down and put back up, missed again. Rebound hooked back up, good. Put in by Coonan with 0.7 of a second, and a foul's going to be called on the inbound against Coonan. We'll send Shelly Morrison to the free throw line.
They're going to review it.
See whether it's over or not. I think they'll put something back up there. Union's going to be heading to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play in the Elite Eight. We'll be getting for you right after the ball game who the competition up there will be. All but one, and that's going to be because of a late game tonight. Go ahead and make your plans to Union fans to head to Pittsburgh. Would it be something to have this many there?
That would be unbelievable. I think that tournament's at Duquesne University.
0.4 seconds is what they put back up, and Shelly Morrison to the free throw line. At this point, it doesn't really matter. But you got to end the game. First one is missed, and she doesn't miss. The senior from Gravette, Arkansas. Missed them both. That's the end of the ball game. Union wins it by the score of 65-60. They give Nova Southeastern a lot of credit. They made a game out of it in the second half when it looked like Union was just going to walk away with it. They didn't give up. They continued to play, and they didn't give up. The team has come to center court. The pictures are being taken.
when they cut the net down, they need to cut the south end net because that's the one that keeps messing up. They need a new net down there anyway.
The Lady Bulldogs will be heading to the Elite Eight, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's only second time in school history. That they've gone. They went to South Dakota a few years ago, played up there. Union will be a team to be reckoned with when they get up to Pittsburgh. We're going to hold it here. And some announcements will be made. We'll try to pick them up for you.
Kind of want to see a stat sheet.
Emily Jones made the all-tournament team. I think this is what's being announced now.
Yeah, it is.
Emily's had a great tournament. Peyton Graber, who had 15 points night before last, is one of the all-conference. Olivia Lee from Union makes the all-conference team. Karina Conley from Southeastern, Nova Southeastern. Alexis Callens from Union.
Yeah, she deserved that. The outstanding player of the tournament. Had a huge first half here at the championship game.
23 points in this game. Well, this is what you work the whole season for. Of course, they want to get their coaches out there in the picture, too. Their ticket is punched to the Elite Eight. And Houston looks like she's okay, too, just looking out there. Coach Campbell came over to the student body and was appreciative of them. We'll have the final stats on this one right after we take this break.
The biggest thing for me was realizing the value that you receive from a Christ-centered education.
You'll have some things modeled for you that you're not going to get at a big secular state school, even though it might be cheaper, and that's a big deal to sit under somebody who loves the Lord, who loves his craft, and who's ready to impart all of that to you.
Definitely don't write off a university just because of costs, especially Union. They really do help students generously with financial aid.
Is that it?
Are we waiting? What are we waiting?
Well, that's everybody that has gone up from the team, and Coach Campbell is the last to bring down the net. And Union will be heading to the Elite Eight. We've got some final stats on this one, Coach. Can you see them?
Yeah, have a look at these.
All right, go ahead.
Nova out-rebounded those Lady Bulldogs 45-35, and Nova had 19 offensive rebounds. They just got 7 assists. Union with 9 assists. 25 turnovers for Nova Southeastern, and only 10 in the second half. That was a big area of concern there in the first half, but only 10 in that second half. That helped them out, make this close the game. Union had 18 turnovers, 4 blocks for Nova, 6 for Union. Nova had 9 steals. Union had 13 steals. 46 points in the paint for Nova Southeastern, as Union really did not have an answer as Nova took it to the rim. 30 points in the paint for Union. Interesting that both teams had 73 possessions. Wow. Here's how the scoring went for Nova. 8 points by Connolly. 5 points by Clunan. 10 points by Morris. 7 from Graber. 9 points from Michaela Coonan. Carroll had 9. Ellis with 4. And Shaw with 8. Union had 23 big points from Alexis Callens. Courtney Zinson with 4. 6 from Olivia Lee. 3 from Jazia Newsom. 4 points by Macy Lee. Emily Jones had 14 big free throws there down at the end. Charlotte Morrison with a couple big free throws also with 4. Sharna Lucas had 4. Bethany Dillard had a free throw. And Jermaine Montgomery with 2. Union advances to the national championship, winning this one 65-60.
And give you a quick rundown before we leave the air as to who will be up there that Union will be facing. Pittsburgh State came back and beat Southwest Minnesota State 85-82. So the number 1 seed out of that north region, Pittsburgh State, will be there. Coker won their region. They'll be there. Gannon won theirs, Gannon University. They're showing Nova Southeastern. Union won that in 65-60. Now let's see who's in the bottom bracket down here. Bentley knocked off Holy Family 72-63. They'll be there. Lubbock Christian came back and beat Texas Women's. Lubbock Christian, a team that we used to play in the NAIA years ago. The number 2 seed out of that region will be there. And Grand Valley knocked off Ashland, a perennial power. Grand Valley State will be there. And right now the game is going between Cal State, Dominic Hills, and they're leading that one out in the Northwest. So those are the teams that will be up in Pittsburgh that Union will be facing. And you'll be able to pick that up on one of the ESPNs. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but check your listings and you'll be able to pick up those games up there, Division II women's basketball. We're going to wrap this one up. It's been a great year of Gulf South Conference basketball. And hopefully we'll be back next year to do this again, Coach.
It'll be November.
It will be. This has been a Worthy Road Studios production. Executive producers Paul Schutze. The director is Christopher Reasons. Camera operators are Paul Schutze, Adriana Bowling, Jeremiah Bitterling, Ben Bitterling, and I'm your play-by-play announcer, Gary Nace. Daryl Maxwell was the color commentator. We appreciate you joining us.